New this morning, children are heading back to class after terrifying moments at school.
I was in my cooking class and suddenly one of the principals said level 2 lockdown.
Licking Valley High School was one of dozens of schools nationwide to fall victim to a frightening trend. Swatting is the act of making a prank call to prompt a massive law enforcement response. The FBI was quick to put out a warning, reminding people that these types of threats are a federal crime. And if you're caught, you could face up to 5 years in prison. Dr. Amy Klinger is a nationally recognized expert in school safety and crisis management. She helps train educators and helps them develop safety plans. And we're real fortunate she's joining us live this morning. We thank you for that, Dr. Klinger. You know, some of our viewers are parents who might be just a little uneasy this morning sending their children to school. What do you say to them?
Well, there certainly is a problem with this, but I think it's really important for us to remember that there are a lot of things that we can do about it. We can have conversations, we can prepare and plan. And then the fact that we know that these horrific events are statistically very rare. And so it's really important for us to maintain that perspective and really look at an all hazards kind of approach to safety.
It's interesting to hear you talk about these being statistically kind of rare. We've shown this map where they're rare, but it seems like they're playing out just about every state across the country, at least close to half.
Well, the actual incident of a shooting is tragic and horrific, but it is statistically rare. Unfortunately, this current trend of swatting is not, as you pointed out, is not rare. Our research indicates it's about 70% of all of the incidents that schools have faced so far this school year have involved a false report of a shooting, which is what we were tracking before the pandemic, and it was also the most frequent event. But it's really, really picked up the pace this fall, unfortunately.
Well, you are without question an expert in this area. So the million-dollar question is, how can we prevent this? What can be done?
Well, I think we have to take a multifaceted approach, and it really needs to be also very focused on prevention. Every school needs to anticipate that they probably are going to have some sort of a threat that occurs. And so now is the time to talk about it, to plan for it, to talk with students and parents, to look at response procedures, to provide training to folks, to put a communication plan in place. Because the reason these occur is because they create chaos and anxiety. And the more we can anticipate it, the more we can plan ahead, the more effective the response is going to be, and the more those threats will start to drop.
What can you talk to us about in terms of the technology that's in place or being used to stop this kind of thing?
Well, technology is oftentimes part of the delivery system for threats in general, whether it's social media or they're being called in or some of those kind of things. But technology can also be used in the communication process to make sure that we are responding appropriately and that we're able to investigate what's happening and that we've talked with people in advance about how to communicate and how we will be pushing information out there to get everybody on the same page.
All right, Dr. Amy Klinger joining us with some great information there. We thank you for joining us this morning and helping us all be smarter in dealing with this. Have a great day. Thank you so much.